No, sir.
And maybe you need to contact your legislator and say, listen, this is what's happening. I don't know what to tell you. I don't write laws. They don't write laws, but they do enforce laws. And there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Trailers for trash. 26T 648-318R.
Where, sir? Here.
Then I have T 648-473A. B. T 648-318A. And then I have C. I want to make sure I'm seeing these right. Are you the same? The other one's, what's your name?
Daniel,
You were the one were you giving them a hard time down there or something?
I told the lady, I said, I came in yesterday to try to set up a payment plan, and she said, you can't, so you have to come back to court. And then I came today, and I told her, I said, this is really difficult to deal with. They have to come down here to be able to make payments, so I'm trying to just pay the tickets. And I told her, any other courthouse I go to, I can set up a payment plan at the window and just pay on my tickets. But she said, you have to go see the judge. And then she got really upset with me.
All right.
Judge, can I interject real quick? And I'm sorry, I did hear this conversation at the window yesterday. She was not upset. She just kept trying to tell him our procedure at this point, and he was getting upset with her.
You wanted to set up a payment plan or pay them?
I have to set up a payment plan.
Well, there's a difference. They're not judges down there.
Yes, sir.
Okay? It's nice that other clerks and other courts are handling those. Great. Don't give the staff a hard time. What's wrong with you? They don't deserve it. You want to give somebody a hard time? Give me a hard time.
Yes, sir.
I'm serious. They don't deserve that down there. You had a lawyer. I told them June 7th on the 318R, they gave you defective equipment, you owe $235. How much do you have today?
I can pay on each ticket, but I probably have to pay $50 on each one.
Well, let's just get rid of one at a time.
I don't have that kind of money. Well,
you got one.
I think the rest of them.
You got 5 tickets here.
Yes, sir.
If you can pay $50 on each of them, then you can pay this one on 8318C.
Yes,
that's $235, right?
Yes, sir.
Pay that today.
The other problem I'm running into too is that so I have 3 more tickets now that they wrote me, and so what they're doing is they're pulling my trucks over and they're weighing them, and of course they're underweight, every one of them, because they have a scale in their yard, so I weigh them before they leave. Then the next thing that they do, they realize they can't get me for overweight, which is a lot of money. They decide to write 3 tickets for whatever they can find on the truck. They'll usually hold my employees up for anywhere between 1 and 4 hours to inspect my vehicles.
Hang on a sec.
And we're just
Hang on a sec. First of all, if it's a misdemeanor, you know you need a lawyer, right?
yes, sir.
You're the president of this company?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just telling you, if it's a misdemeanor, you have to have a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
So if you get written for a misdemeanor, you have to have and hire a lawyer because I can't allow you to represent the corporation. Okay? So if they're pulling your vehicles over and they're not overweight, but they got other issues with them, what are they supposed to do? Just say it's okay? The key is if you make sure everything's in order, it's not overweight, there's no misload, there's no defective equipment, there's no serious safety defect, then you got nothing to worry about.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that, right?
I do agree with that, sir, but that is not what's happening. What's happening is my trucks are tarped, and if they don't like how they're tarped, they'll still write me a ticket for it. Then they write me for spilling loads.
Listen. Didn't phone you.
I do, sir. And I still have to pay tickets regardless.
Well, wait a minute. Where?
So
did you go to a hearing on any of those and have
Yes.
hang on. Let me finish. Did you go to hearing on any of those and have a judge decide whether or not you committed any civil infraction or your company had or a misdemeanor?
My attorney did, sir.
Who?
And I sent him proof pictures of everything.
Who?
Every time we get pulled over, McDermott.
Well, he came in and pled on this one. I didn't find anybody responsible. You guys pled the defective equipment, so the no tarp cover could be dismissed.
Yes, sir.
If there was not any violation, no tarp cover, you guys should have fought it. But don't come down here blaming the staff. Now, listen. Don't come down here blaming the staff that they're not judges. If they wanted to be judges, they could have gone to law school and run for judge. And it's nice that other clerks are setting up $50 a month payment plans or whatever. That's up to them. Now you're blaming the police because you're committing civil infractions, your company is, and misdemeanors. If they're not committing misdemeanors, fight it. Nobody fought this. Nobody came in and said, Judge, we want to try it. There was a tarp on there, or there was a cover on there. Nobody came in and said any of that to me. If Mr. Darren said that, then my apologies. I think I would have noted that, but you're blaming the wrong folks. You ought to start to look at yourself. If you don't do anything wrong, I don't care how unreasonable the police are, you're going to win. It's the United States. We're not living in North Korea here. It's not Russia. It's not North Korea. It's not Iran. I'm just going to have you pay the 8318R case now. That's $235. You said you can do that, right?
Yes, sir.
Am I making sense? I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just I want to make sure that I'm making sense.
Yes, sir, to a point, but can I also explain? So I go in and out of the landfill every day. Every time I go in and out of the landfill, something breaks. When I come out of the landfill, I have nails in my tires. I have low tires. I have DOT tape that gets tore off when I go to dump the loads. I have different stuff that is getting damaged every time I go in and out. The police officers know this. They know that no matter how good my truck is, no matter I could go in with a brand new truck, they're going to pull out of there. They're going to write me tickets. That's why Waste Management drove around for a year with a truck and then sued all the cities because they had a brand new truck with empty loads and they were still writing the truck's tickets.
I don't want to know about Waste Management. I don't remember them fighting tickets in here either.
No, sir.
And maybe you need to contact your legislator and say, listen, this is what's happening. I don't know what to tell you. I don't write laws. They don't write laws, but they do enforce laws. And there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, sir. They just, the officers know that they can pull a semi truck over. They can find something wrong with it, write tickets, and it's a money making business for them.
What would you suggest? That they just let everybody create their own laws? And would you like to suggest that truckers, we've got trucking outfits in here. They come and wreck the roads.
No, sir, I don't.
Well, I'm just telling.
Yes.
Come on, let's not act holier than thou here. I mean, these laws are in existence for a reason. And maybe you need to not dump at the landfill then. Or tell the landfill, you guys should be taking things, making sure this doesn't happen. The police don't control the landfill, do they?
No, sir.
We don't control the landfill. We have nothing to do with the landfill. Am I making sense? No. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not going to sit here and have you act so holier than thou and then not fight tickets. And it doesn't mean, it would be like saying the police are writing people over even though they know everybody's going 83 on the way up north every summer. And that's a problem. Well, don't ride 83, right?
Oh, sir. I totally agree with that.
Okay, so you're going to pay the one. That's 260, 648-318R. Now I've got this case 648-473 with a balance of 265. When can you pay that?
As soon as I can.
Well, you got to give me a date.
I don't have one, sir. My account right now, I just put checks that I got from my customers is still negative. So I'm using a credit card to make these payments, and I know that's not your problem. Or,
I'll be glad to give you extensions here. I'm not looking to argue with you. I want to be reasonable with you. I don't want you to not be able to eat or operate your business.
Probably about 4 weeks. I still owe
I'll let you.
20,000 to Taylor. I've been paying since 24. I owe another couple thousand. Romulus I've been paying since 24.
Why don't you look at your internal operation? If you owe 25,000 to Taylor, maybe you need to look at your internal operation. I don't know what to say.
The officer at Taylor got fired for doing what he was doing with the DOT because he wasn't doing.
Then go talk to the judge in Taylor. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have anything to do with those. I'm giving you until June 28th. You can write this down. Heather, you print this out for him on 4738. I'm giving him until June 28th to pay that. That has a balance of 265. On this one here, I'm going to let him pay it. And this is the B file of 473. He has a balance of 355. I'm going to give you until July 28th to pay on that. And then on the C file, you're going to have to pay that one too by July the 28th. That has $265. And then you have 235 that's owed on 64318A. I'll let you pay that by August 28th. And then are you catching all this, Heather?
I am, Judge.
So you pay that one by August 28th. And then you have this other one's Nate and Sarah Consulting LLC. You own that too?
It's the same company, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay. You owe 120 on that. I'm gonna let you pay by August the 28th. Now, if you need more time, come talk. Okay? I don't have any problem with that.
Yes, sir.
But do it on or before the due date. I'm a lot nicer when they do that, okay?
Yes, sir. May I have a permission to speak? real quick?
Yeah.
So the reason I didn't have to get anybody getting the tickets is because it's $250 for them to come and discuss it with the prosecutor. It's $1,500 to have the fire ticket. Then if I did that with every ticket that I have, I would have been out of business long. I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what you're asking me to do.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're asking me to do. You guys come in, you plead responsible, and then it's our fault because the police are doing something. You're giving the ladies a hard time. I don't have any answers for you. I don't have any answers for you except make sure you're in compliance with the law.
Yes, sir.
And then nobody has a problem.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, sir.
It's not that I'm not a little sympathetic, but a lot of these truckers, we have a couple that they have no problem going overweight. They look at it as the cost of doing business and then they tear up the roads and who's losing then? It's not the trucking companies. They're okay. They're making money, but it's the public that has to drive over potholes.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. If you need more time, come talk to me. Thank you. Van Landing.
A trucking company owner came to court blaming police, tickets, and the system for his problems. But the judge reminded him that accountability starts with personal responsibility. While showing patience and fairness, the court offered payment extensions and guidance, proving that justice works best when people stop making excuses and start following the law.
That's your understanding?
Yeah.
If you plead guilty to that offense, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yeah.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You do have the right to an attorney. If you want one, I will still give you one. You understand that?
Yeah.
Would you like an attorney?
I'll take one.
You want a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay.
If needed, right.
Well, I don't know what you mean by if needed. I have to tell you before I take a plea that you have the right to an attorney. If you want one, I'll give you one.
Yes, sir.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Did we talk about you getting a lawyer before?
Yes.
Well, what happened?
I don't know if he said it can probably like give me like jail time and stuff, so they're gonna be thinking about
Slow
it.
down. Slow down.
Yes.
I'm just telling you what the maximum. You're not going to jail on this unless you don't pay your fines. But if you want a lawyer, I'll still give you a
No,
lawyer.
I'll take no lawyer, and sorry about that.
You don't have to apologize. Are you sure you want to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes,
Positive.
yes, I'm positive.
All right. To the charge, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in control of a 2018 Chevy that was being operated on I-75 near Huron River Drive in Rockwood on March 30th, 26 at 6:40 PM?
Yes.
And at that time, you were operating the vehicle, true?
Yes.
And was your license suspended, revoked,
I didn't have
denied?
license.
Pardon?
I didn't have license.
Okay. Are you on probation or parole?
No,
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
no, sir.
You have a valid license now?
No, I got a permit, just went and got it.
Okay. Why didn't you get a license before?
Never thought I needed one. I never drove a car, I never had a car. Sorry, I never had a car.
You got to get a license. You knew you needed a license, right?
Yes, now I do.
Well, you knew that then, though, right? You knew you couldn't drive a car without a license, right?
Yes.
I mean, you didn't just move here from some other country, did you?
No,
All right. Anything else?
no, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and sentence you now. The charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive up to, it's gonna be 100 fines, 125 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 350 or 60 days. And again, the original charge is dismissed, the speeding's dismissed. Can you pay all that now?
No, not now.
How much do you have now?
I don't have nothing, now.
Where do you work at?
I'm not working right now.
Why not?
Taking care of somebody.
Okay. Well, when can you pay this?
Probably next month or monthly if I can, if possible.
How are you supporting yourself?
My partner has support me.
You pay $125 per month?
Yes,
Can you start that on June the 7th
yes,
or not?
yeah, I could,
Pardon?
I could.
No. All I can tell you is I'm gonna let you pay $125 a month starting June the 7th. If you don't have the money on any occasion, you just call the court, we'll go on Zoom. Or you can come up here at 8:30 on or before any one of those due dates and I'll give you an extension, okay?
Okay.
You're all set. Good luck. William Miller, William Scott Miller II, 26R514679. Good morning. Your name?
Good morning, William Scott Miller II.
You're charged with no valid operator's license on your person. According to the remarks, it shows, the lien shows that that your license was canceled. You have the right to a lawyer if you want one. You want a lawyer?
No, sir.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and then I'll send you to the prosecutor, okay? It is alleged that on April 30th, 26th at 2:11 PM that you did operate a motor vehicle on Huron River Drive near Fort Street in the city of Rockwood. They think you did not have a valid license with you on your person. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 100 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you still have the right to a lawyer. Do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
$100 personal bond, not guilty, please enter. You cannot leave the state without consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You go out there. This is a Rockwood case. My court officer will take you to the Rockwood prosecutor. You talk to him and you come on back down here then, okay? Good luck. Jan D. Powell, 26R514722.
Good morning, Your Honor. Julie Powell, P number 62448, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Jan D. Powell, who is present.
Good morning. Your name, ma'am? All right, so she's charged with super drunk. For purposes of arraignment, does she stand mute and waives formal reading?
We'd like to hear the reading. Because we only have a copy of the citation at this point.
That's all that they have here.
Okay.
Let me double check, but
That's fine, I'll talk to the prosecutor after.
okay, so I'll just tell you, young lady, that you're charged with super drunk violation, which they think you had a breathalyzer or a blood result of in excess of 0.17 or higher, and that you were operating the motor vehicle on May the 2nd of 26 at 32823 Fort in Rockwood. This one is punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those 6 points, license suspension or revocation in accordance with your record. Actually, there's a minimum fine, and it's the only misdemeanor other than state misdemeanors where you can be, I'm not saying you're going to jail. I don't know what your record's like, but, you could get 6 months, that's all I'm telling you. Do you understand that? Sign, read, and understand the advice and rights. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right, and you're going to represent her, counsel?
I am, Your Honor.
She's got a prior in 06.
That's right, for home invasion second degree.
She's also got an operating while impaired, just so you know.
It's from, do you know the date of that, Your Honor?
August 13 of 06. There, in the disposition, there was a guilty plea on April 3 of 07
Okay.
out of Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Okay, but I see nothing else on her traffic record, at least. Home invasion in 04. All right. Yeah, okay. So I'll give you a personal bond of $1,000. Like I said, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. Do you understand all that? I do want you going to AANA once a week, okay? I want you to go in person. We're going to give you a form. My court officer, if you can acquire it, he's got them over there. And every time you go, you have to have the form signed, and every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you, okay? Right now, do you want to go pre-try this with the prosecutor? Rockwood's here if you want to go talk to him.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay, we'll get the file over there, and the prosecutor, Rockwood, is in conference room 2.
I
So,
saw the door there.
okay, good enough. We'll have the file brought over in a second, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Is Christine Francis Luzinski here?
They're on Zoom, Judge. They're coming in.
26F 245459. Sure John gives him an AA verification again, will you please?
Yeah.
Good morning, Ms. Luzinski. Your name
Christine Lazinski.
is Acock?
Good morning, Your Honor. Leslie Acock on behalf of Ms. Lazinski.
All right, so did you have a chance to review the report? And just for the record, she pled guilty to operating while impaired on May the 7th. Today is the date scheduled for sentencing. The screening and assessment was scheduled. And have you reviewed it? And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, Your Honor. I reviewed it with my client. She indicates that it is factually accurate. There are no errors or omissions. I would like to just address the recommendation. I don't
Okay,
know if you would like me to address that now or?
sure.
Oh, the recommendation recommends submitting to monthly chemical testing or ETG along with attending outpatient substance abuse. A note to the court that she scored a 1 in the needs assessment, which is not indicative of having any type of significant alcohol issue. She's never been in trouble before. She's had no prior issues with alcohol. She reports no blackouts, anything like that. I very much think of this as, essentially a significantly bad judgment. She's not consumed alcohol since the date this incident occurred. She's appeared for court. She's handled everything fully responsibly. So we would ask that when the court does pass sentence, that you would omit the requirement for monthly testing along with the outpatient. We would also request a shorter probationary period, again, based on her history and her record. She is a homeowner. She has kids in the district here. She's married, she's employed full-time, she's a very full life, and this, no prior record whatsoever. And we would ask that the court consider that when passing sentence.
Concern is she's driving with a 12-year-old here. That's the only thing that really bothers me. I mean, the fact that she was drunk driving bothers me, but anything you'd like to say, ma'am?
No, sir. And just lastly, Your Honor, I do have 2 requests for out-of-state travel that,
All
again,
right,
it comes up at the end.
let's cover that after, okay?
And we do understand your concern, Your Honor. And again, this was very much a one and done by, this defendant. This is something that was extremely eye-opening to her and, made her realize to obviously be significantly more, cautious and cognizant of what she's doing throughout the day and alcohol consumption. And at this point in time, she's just simply said, hey, I'm not going to consume alcohol. And it's working for her.
Okay. All right, 10 months probation, ma'am. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs. I'm going to make it monthly for 5 months. If you're clean, then it will just simply be on demand of the probation department. I do want you to attend an alcohol education program, level 1, and the Victims Impact Panel. That is one night put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I'm going to also order that you serve 4 days jail credit, 1, serve 3. I'll let you serve those with community service. So you have 24 hours of community service to serve, and I'll give you some time to do that. And that will be I'll give you until July the 15th to complete that, okay? You have $300 fines, $300 costs, $75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. That amount to 7 1/4. Screening fees, 60 for 785. Probation fees are 200 for 985, plus you have cost of recovery. So your total's 1210. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal. Then you have 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Also, you may be eligible for early discharge, okay? So if you complete everything, there's no violations within the preceding 3 months, then you can apply for discharge after 90 days. Do you understand? I'm sorry, after 5 months. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
Anything else? Could she pay all this today?
Your Honor, she could pay $500 today, and then she can pay $300 a month beginning June 28th until the balance is paid.
Beginning June 28th?
Correct. $500 today, then $300.
Right. That's fine. 500 today, 300 monthly, beginning June 28th to 26th. So Heather, unless you tell me differently, I'm going to have her come over here and get her, get instructed by probation. I mean, I don't know, are they shorthanded or anything today?
I do know that Pam is off for the week. She's out sick.
Okay. So
Judge,
yeah, you should come over here and get instructed today, okay, ma'am?
Okay.
Judge, my earbud cut out. I didn't hear the total that you got. I just want to make sure that my total matched.
That's good. Thank you. More than capable of making mistakes.
Well, no, I just didn't hear the total.
No, I
so
get
want to
it.
make
I
sure
get
that
it. 7
we're on
1/4,
the same
785,
page.
985, 1185, 1210 it should be.
What did I miss? I think I missed something. Let's see.
Okay, so I have 300 fines, 300 costs, $75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. That is 7 1/4. Screening fees, 60 for 785. Probation fees are 200, bringing the total to 985. And then the cost of recovery are 225, making the total 1210.
I think that's where I went wrong. I said I got cost of recovery wrong.
That's okay.
We're good. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Good luck, ma'am. I wish you well. Thank you.
Your Honor, I do have two requests for
Oh, yeah,
out-of-state travel.
When?
July 23 through July 29, my client would like to go to Oklahoma. Her husband works there, and she'd like to take the kids. They'll both be on, or the youngest will be on summer break, obviously.
Okay.
And then
Once-
September 10 through 21, also a trip to Oklahoma, but this is a work trip. It's for a horse show referred to as Worlds.
All right. So you can leave the state to go to Oklahoma between July 23 and July 29 and between September 10 and September 21, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're all set. Good luck. Thank you. All right, I need to get somebody. Where's Johnny? I need. This is for Mr. Pellin. Mr. Pellin, can you walk in here, please, and write to my recorder? And she's gonna hand you this case. You got a lawyer in there, I think. Jan, it's on a Jan Powell case.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tony Raymond. Tony Marie Raymond, 26R 514-667B. All right, good morning, Ms. Patillo.
There's the opportunity, 8237A, on behalf of Miss Tony Raymond. Tony Raymond?
All right, so for purposes of arraignment, she is charged with driving on a suspended. She also has a distracted driving. On a misdemeanor, does she stand mute and waive formal reading?
Yeah.
And now you've entered into a plea agreement with the prosecutor wherein she is going to plead guilty to the added count of allowing a suspended driver to drive and impeding traffic while the suspend charge is dismissed and the speeding is dismissed, but she'd also have to plead to impeding. Right? Actually, it wasn't a speed. He wrote speed, but it's distracted driving. But she's going to plead to impeding on that one, right? And they're going to dismiss the original charge on the civil infraction of distracted driving, correct?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes.
If you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, the possible penalties are up to $500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. If you plead to impeding, that's a 0-point civil infraction. It will not be entered on your record. You understand that? Neither one of them are going on your record. You understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign, read, and understand an advice or rights form here today?
Okay.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to be hearing your trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
To the charge, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead? On the 18th of April 26, were you in control of a motor vehicle in the city of Rockwood, a 2024 Chevy on Huron River Drive near Ford at 8:52 a.m.?
Yes.
And you were suspended
Yes.
and you drove? Okay. And are you on probation or parole?
No.
I gotta have you.
No, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty
No, sir.
to the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I find that the plea to the charge of allowing the unlicensed driver or suspended driver to drive has been made voluntarily and understandingly and is accurate. The plea to impeding is dismissed. I'm sorry, the plea to impeding is accepted. The distracted driving is dismissed. The driving on a suspended is dismissed. You ready for sentence?
Yeah.
How bad's her record?
The driving record? Your Honor, she actually.
Revoked.
Mhm.
I need those.
She has a hearing though, Your Honor. So it's been revoked for over 20 years.
No, why,
Okay.
why you been driving around for 20 years?
Well, I have not been driving around for over 20 years. I have refrained 99% of the time, so I went to
You
my,
what?
I refrained from driving 99% of the time.
This is the one time in the last 20 years you've been caught.
I went to my son's opening.
Tough
day of
answer,
baseball.
tough answer. You can't do that, okay?
I did.
All right. Okay.
The sentencing, she's married, she owns a business, she even donated equipment industry to this, so she.
To the who?
To the city, Your Honor.
You
I
donated
donated yeah, so I'm,
in Wyandotte?
in Rockwood, sir. I
Right.
live right behind the police station.
Oh, they list you on okay, I see. You must have lived in Wyandotte before.
I did, that was my previous address and my current business address still.
I'm sorry, Miss Patillo, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Your Honor, so even though she made some mistakes, years ago, she is trying to rectify everything. She's doing really good now. As to the fines and costs, I know Your Honor hasn't stated what those are yet. She is able to make a payment today, and then we ask that the rest be set up on a payment plan. Thank you, Judge.
You got a lawyer helping you on that restoration?
Yes, yes, I do. And I'm eligible now, sir.
All right. Anything else that you want to say?
No, I'm just trying to do the right thing and I have a business in the community. I've been in business 6 years. We're a 5-star company. I also need the license to register equipment and vehicles for my business. So I've rectified everything but this.
Okay. On the impeding 155. On the revoked, but don't come back and see me on another revoked. 100 fines, 75 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 400 or 90 days. So you owe 555.
Thank you, sir.
How much can she pay today?
$300.
All right, so why don't you pay the impeding today? That's 155, and then you have another 145 to apply. So you'll pay 145 more on the allowing the licensed driver to drive, and then that will leave you a balance of $255. When can you pay that?
30 days?
Good, June the 28th. If you don't have the money, you call the court or come up here on and before the due date at 8:30. I'll be glad to give you an extension. Just don't ignore me, okay?
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Jamie Ellenberg. Thank you. 26F245966.
Ready, Your Honor.
How you doing?
Good
What are we
morning.
doing on this? Your appearance?
Your Honor, for the record, James Sparrow, P57197, on behalf of Mr. Ellenberg.
I need to check something here. What's going on? Did you file an appearance?
I did, Your Honor. I filed an appearance, posted the bond, and also had a motion to set aside the default. I'm assuming it's in the file, but I'm not there.
What do we set this for, Heather? It looks, what's this set for? A motion to set aside default and
pre-formal.
pre-formal. I
A
see,
pre-formal,
okay.
pre-formal, Your Honor.
So by implication, Mr. Haley's agreeing to set aside the default judgment, right?
I would assume, Your Honor, yes.
I mean, he offered you a plea to defective equipment and he's
He did,
dismissing,
Your Honor, which
and
my
he's
client would
dismissing the
take.
no insurance. So I'm gonna take it as he has no objection to that. So on behalf of the client, you're authorized to enter this plea, true?
Yes, and my
Do
client
that.
is on, my client is on the call, Your Honor.
Where is he? This gentleman over here?
Yeah, the red shirt.
Yeah, what's your name, sir? You gotta state your
Jamie
name.
Allen.
And if you ever have to go to court again, and I'm sure you won't, unless you're summoned for a jury, but you gotta identify yourself. We don't know who's who on these, okay? You understand what your
Okay.
lawyers worked out?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to plead to defective equipment?
Yes, sir.
For that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, plea is accepted. First of all, I'm setting aside the default judgment. The plea to defective equipment is accepted. The plea, the no proof of insurance, judgment, like I said, is set aside. I'm trying to figure out if this bond's in his name.
Your Honor, it's in my name.
It's in your name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so no,
It
it's
does
really
look-
not. It's in
Judge, yeah, it looks like we posted it in his name.
Jamie Ellenberg. So, yeah, so we'll just apply the bond to 215 and he's all set, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck,
Thank you.
sir. Make
I
sure you have
appreciate it.
insurance. Thank you. People,
He
again,
does, Your Honor.
Joseph Remack. Joseph Remack, file number 2. 5R514077, A and B.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yeah, the POP 8237A on behalf of Mr. Freeman.
Your name? All right, so what are we gonna do on this one?
Your Honor, he's gonna plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Prosecutor has agreed to dismiss the limited access speeding ticket.
Where's he been? I mean, I don't want to be dismissing a case where he went into default a year ago. Well, why didn't you show up on this?
I was taking care of some other cases, getting everything was off so I can get my license back.
It's already been on his record. I don't understand these people not showing up. You know that, Ms. Patillo? I don't get some of these defendants. I just don't understand it.
I know, Your Honor, it-
I know, it's just like 19th on their priority list and it troubles me.
Your Honor, I think that some people want to have the money to pay, they don't understand that they need to pay. So I think that's maybe.
Where do you work?
Yes.
Where do you work?
From it's also, it's a frame company, we produce the F-150 frames for Ford,
How much you make there?
$19 an hour.
If you plead guilty allowing a licensed driver to drive, I'll dismiss the limited access and I'll also dismiss the drive while suspended. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty to allowing a licensed driver to drive, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we are not going to have a trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge, allowing a licensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Yes.
Were you on March 22 at 25 at 3:54 PM operating a motor vehicle on I-75 near Huron River Drive in the city of Rockland?
Yes, sir.
And did you allow somebody to drive that was suspended and that was
Yes,
true?
sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No,
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
no, Your Honor.
You know how bad your record looks, right?
Yes.
Plea is accepted. The limited access and suspend are dismissed. Anything you'd like to say on his behalf?
Your Honor, he is employed. He may need a payment arrangement depending on how much the fines and costs are. I do believe he has is it $200?
Is it on?
A $200, bond
What's that?
to apply. He has a $200 bond that can also be applied.
Anything you'd like to say? Stop doing this. You're gonna end up pushing the car down I-75. You keep this up. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
100 fines, 210 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees.
In a courtroom built on justice, every decision carries weight far beyond the walls of the court. Today, the law was not only enforced, it was understood with wisdom and humanity. The judge looked beyond mistakes and recognized effort, growth, and the fight to rebuild a life. That is the power of true justice. Not just punishment, but fairness guided by compassion. The courtroom became a place where hope still mattered, where second chances were earned, and where respect for the law stood stronger than ever. Moments like these remind us why justice systems exist: to protect, guide, and give people a path forward.